Happy New Year, everyone. Let's talk about everything happened on January 1st, 2025, another year. Here we go. The first game is the Bulls lost to the Wizards. The Wizards, am I, am I tripping? They've been winning a lot of games, but you know, ultimately, they're just trying to tank. They got 6 wins, 3-7 in the last 10. Vucevic played 32 minutes. Wizards is a really good matchup. Vucevic kind of flopped here, 5 for 17, 14 rebounds and no defensive stats. Let's see. I mean, Vucevic so far this year, he's still inside that top. He's still the 10th ranked player, um, but he's cooling off quite a bit. Let's see if you know, how well he shoots the next couple games. Josh Giddey played just 26 minutes. That's something to see. He had a great game before this, and Lonzo Ball had 23, and he had a 2 for 7. But look, eight rebound, 4 assists, 3 steals, and a block. We have to look at Lonzo. I think he started to have some streaming value if you're looking for those peripheral stats, right? His minutes are kind of creeping up. Patrick Williams played 23 minutes, and that's Zach LaVine had 32 points. Yeah, I mean, not much going on with the Bulls other than we need to pay some attention to Lonzo Ball. Kobe White also had a decent game, 5 for 5 from the line, 17 points, 6 assists, and a steal with 2 threes. That's a pretty balanced line. For the Wizards, Bilo Coulibaly, I think he got hurt. Okay, so what happens? Oops. Excuse me. So he's questionable. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him. It says he was sick, illness. So he played 8 minutes, couldn't really do it. So with him playing just 8 minutes, Kyle Kuzma only played 22. Yeah, I'm worried about Kyle Kuzma. He's not a drop. Not close to a drop, obviously. But the fact that Bilo Coulibaly was out and he only played 22 minutes, and they gave Corey Kispert 29. They still give Keyshawn George 20 minutes. So that's 4 guys, right? Obviously, Corey Kispert could be a shooting guard as well. But now you also have Malcolm Brogdon in the mix. You have Carrington, you have Jordan Poole. You have Justin Champagnie is another guy that could potentially take minutes away from Kyle Kuzma. So he's not a drop yet, but let's just hold and see what happens. But it just looks like he's not replicating the year he had last year. He had a crazy year last year, averaging 23 points, 8 rebounds, playing huge minutes, have huge usage. That is not going to be the case this year. Not this year. Meanwhile, Jordan Poole played just 27 minutes, had 30 points, 6 threes, and 3 steals. Interesting, Jordan Poole only got 27 minutes here as well, while Carrington played 31 minutes. So the minutes here is a little bit, but he still popped off with versus the bad Bulls team. With Poole, you can always try to sell high. If you can get a top 40-ish, top 35-ish type of player back, I would. But Poole is gonna have performances like this. Brogdon also, you want to pick him and stream him, sure. And Alex Sarr has been playing much better lately. 5 for 11, like his shooting has improved. He's hitting some threes, 1 3, 10 rebound, 5 assists, and a block. Overall, pretty good. Move on to the next one. The Magic lost to Detroit 96-105. Gogo Badaze did not have the best game, played just 23 minutes, while Wendell Carter Jr. played 34. So, yeah, I think. Excuse me. So I don't know. Not sure why the minutes is so low. Maybe because, when the Magic is down 10, 15 points in the fourth quarter, right? You don't really need Gogo for offense. You really need him for the defense. So you want to play Wendell Carter Jr. a little bit more because he can shoot the 3, he can score the ball better. That's how I think. So I'm not worried. Jalen Suggs he's taking 20 shots a game, 3 steals and 2 blocks, three threes, pretty good. Try to sell him if you can, if he's putting up good numbers like this, because when all the guys come back, he's gonna go back scoring. 12 points a game. That's still good. Getting 1.5 steals. That's where majority of his value is coming from. So for now, he's gonna hit more threes. He's gonna have more shots. KCP had a great game, 21 points. You really stream him for threes and steals. He did exactly that here. Wendell Carter Jr. played 34 minutes, but I don't know if this is something that moving forward, he's going to get consistent 30. Plus, everybody is out. So, the Magic, you can't really trust anybody. Like, Tristan Da Silva, he was getting 30 minutes. Now he only gets 22. I guess he was in a little bit of foul trouble. And Caleb Houston got 27 minutes out of nowhere. Just because he might be playing really well. Okay, for Detroit, Jaden Ivey had a pretty bad injury and he got carried out. They brought out the stretcher, so we don't know how severe the injury is, but also Thompson, we have to look at him. Malik Beasley, he might get a few extra minutes, right? Tim Hardaway Jr., he's just gonna get a few minutes. So those guys, we don't know who's gonna get more minutes, and we don't even know who's going to get those, if they're gonna get those minutes consistently. Maybe not. So for now, Ausar Thompson has the highest upside. So if you want to pick him up, just like his brother, he had 5 steals in 25 minutes. Pretty wild stuff. So pick him up and just see how things go. It may not pan out, right? He might play just 20 minutes next game. But as we know, Ausar Thompson last year, he was getting 30 minutes and he was putting up great numbers as a rookie. So he knows how to get those defensive stats. He knows how to grab rebounds. Kate Cunningham, just another great game. Almost a triple-double, 1 block, but the turnover really is the issue. And he hit 4 threes as well. Jaden Ivey was having a great game before he got hurt. But he might just be out for a long, long time. Jalen Duren, just 26 minutes, not sure. Not sure why only 26 minutes, because Isaiah Stewart is getting his 21 minutes. So are they splitting the center minutes? If that's the case, Jalen Duren, 9 for 10 is great. It's just no rebounds, right? Field goal and rebounds are great. It's just no blocks. We need him to get those blocks. Tobias Harris, 7 for 9. Final has a good shooting night, but the usage is just super low. Only 9 shots, 8 rebounds, and a block. And Tim Hardaway Jr. and Malik Beasley. Malik Beasley had the bad game, but let's pick him up because, now that Jaden Ivey is out, they really, they need another guy. He can create a little bit. Offensively, he's really good. It's just defensively, him and Ausar Thompson, they're totally opposite players. So I feel like, if they have a lead, they might rely on Ausar Thompson a little bit more. If they're down 10, 15 points early in the second quarter, right, you got to play Malik Beasley a little bit more. So that's why I think now these guys, they're really going to have consistent minutes. The next one is the Brooklyn Nets got destroyed by Toronto Raptors, 130. And how about D'Angelo Russell? First game, he had a great one. 26 minutes off the bench. So it looks like they're playing him and Ben Simmons as point guards. Right? They're not really using D'Lo as a shooting guard. So Ben Simmons' minutes went down. So Ben Simmons now, is he a must roster? No. All right, if you had him, you could hope Ben Simmons for a few more games as they figure out the minutes. But for now, it looks like D'Lo is taking those point guard minutes away. And sure, they might experiment different lineups, but yeah, it's no good for Ben Simmons. D'Lo, meanwhile, 9 for 13, 8 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. Amazing. He's an absolutely must roster. Who knows? At some point, he might start getting 35 minutes, and he can put up good numbers. And he's not back home. Brooklyn Net. That's the only season where he was an all-star that year in Brooklyn. So hopefully he can replicate that. Let's see. But this team has nothing to play for, so he can really put up numbers, whatever numbers he wanted. Keon Johnson, Cam Thomas is still out, so Keon Johnson, we could stream him for a couple more games. But once Cam Thomas comes back, I think Keon Johnson at some point is going to move to the bench and just not contributing. Claxton. Maybe with the arrival of D'Lo also helps Claxton, because if D'Lo is getting 30 minutes, Claxton can play a little bit more. That means fewer minutes for Ben Simmons, and D'Lo can facilitate a little bit better. Um, Not saying Ben Simmons doesn't pass the ball well. It's just like when you do a pick and roll with D'Lo versus Ben Simmons is no threat. So D'Lo can open things a lot more for Claxton. Noah Clowney played 20 minutes. He's somebody we could stream and have, and just to see how things go, right? Because Dorian Finney-Smith is out. It looks like they're starting him. Play just a pretty empty line. So for him, you really get him. Hopefully, he gets better as the season goes on. Cameron Johnson played 28 minutes. He's another guy that I think is waiting to get traded. For the Toronto Raptors, Emmanuel Quickley, what a game from him. 15 assists, 21 points. He's not going to be this good every game, right? RJ didn't play. Otherwise, RJ is a guy that gets 5-6 assists a game. So, but at least he's back. Amazing. And also, they put him 130 points versus the bad Brooklyn Nets team. But good to see Emmanuel Quickley back. We look at him as a guy that's going to average around 20 points and 6 assists, and maybe 3 threes and really good free throw. That's all those categories are really good in fantasy. Right? Maybe just a lack of defensive stats, kind of sucks. But free throw, assist, right? Those are the category that's hardest to find on the waiver wire. So, really good. Like, he's finally back. So with him back, Grady Dick had 22 points and 3 steals for 3. They all play well, but it's just one game versus the bad Brooklyn Nets team. And how about Scottie Barnes? 14 for 18, 33 points, 13 rebounds, 2 steals and a block. Yeah, let's see. If you have a point guard, Emmanuel Quickley, does that make the life easier for Scottie? Right? He has not had a good year so far. This is a good start. And Abaji also had a great game. Yeah, they all playing well. The next one, the Utah Jazz lost to the Knicks in Madison Square Garden. No surprise there. Colin Sexton and Jordan Clarkson. So this game is interesting. They give Keontae George 36 minutes, which is really good for Keontae. He had a decent game, 15 points, 3 threes, 6 assists. But both Colin Sexton and Jordan Clarkson, they got over 30 minutes. They obviously have a couple guys out, but for now, Colin Sexton, Clarkson, they need to be picked up. But they could, next game they could go back playing 25. But as long as they play 30 minutes, they have good value, right? Colin Sexton hit 4 threes, good efficiency, 25 points, and Clarkson also did his thing. Walker Kessler played just 25 minutes, played just 30 minutes. Was he a little bit foul trouble? He was just bad here. He was a minus 14. 8 rebounds, still a good game. 8 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal and a block is still very good. Lauri Markkanen struggled massively. I want to say, like, if you can trade away a top 70, 80 player to get Lauri Markkanen, I think it's worth it. Otherwise, don't bother. He's a 66th ranked player, right? Let's say you trade like, Michael Porter Jr. to get him. If you can trade Peyton Pritchard to get Lauri Markkanen, I would do those trades. Actually, Peyton Pritchard would be a good example, because Peyton Pritchard has a lot of things against him, right? When all the guys are healthy, the minutes, right? He's hot shooting. Is it sustainable? Right? 3.7 threes. Is that too much? Well, Lauri Markkanen for sure. We know if he's healthy, if they play him, he's gonna put up better numbers than Peyton Pritchard. So use this opportunity to buy low on Lauri Markkanen. He's just not gonna be this bad. He has struggled pretty massively this year. I don't know why. Last year he was really good. Karl Anthony Towns for the Knicks. Jalen Brunson was out. Look at the minutes. 45 minutes for Josh Hart, 40 minutes for OG, 44 minutes because Jalen Brunson did not play. And Cameron Payne, if Jalen Brunson misses another game, Cameron Payne is the guy that we stream. 9 assists and 3 steals, pretty good. Mikal Bridges had 27 points and 2 threes and did absolutely nothing else. OG Ononobi had 3 steals and 2 blocks, brought the defense, and Josh Hart brought the triple double. Josh Hart has been unbelievable this year. He is the top 15 ranked. Where is he at? Josh Hart, yeah, 18th ranked player. The main thing is just the crazy efficiency, 57% from the field. And this game, obviously, no Jalen Brunson. He got a few more assists. And Cat continued to play super, super well. 31 points, 21 rebounds, 3 threes. And just crazy efficiency. You know, if you pair up Karl Anthony Towns with Josh Hart, right, and a couple other efficient guys, you know, if you got SGA, pretty good, scary team. Karl Anthony Towns, he's a 5th ranked player this year, averaging 25 points. You know, basically the top 3 players, AD, Victor Wembanyama, Jokic, they have their own tier. And then the second tier, like Cat is right there with AD. You know, Cat really, the only thing is, you know, he's only blocking 0.9 shots. You know, if he can get that up to 1.5, you know, he might just be the 4th ranked player, better than AD. But the concern with all these Knicks players is they're playing such few minutes. Are they going to break down in March? Or when the fantasy playoff comes around? Right, you know Tom Thibodeau is not going to rest. You know, there is no rest. But can they be healthy is the problem. The next one is the New Orleans Pelicans lost to the Heat. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Zion is out, Brandon Ingram is out. It looks like they have they're not in a hurry to bring these guys back. We haven't really got an update from these guys in a while. So Trey Murphy and Herbert Jones, they're just going off right now. Trey Murphy hit 5 threes. He took 24 shots, 34 points. You have to try to sell him high. If you can sell him for a top 30 player, and sometimes maybe one is enough, right? Because he's a kind of smaller name player. He's a 38th ranked player. He's ranked ahead of James Harden and Pro Shangun. So those are the guys that would target. Maybe try to do a 2-for-1. You know. Yeah, maybe Trey Murphy plus somebody for Anthony Edwards, who's underperforming in a major way right now. Speaking of underperforming, Devontae Murray also a really good battle. Yeah, like Trey Murphy for Devontae straight up 1-for-1. That's something I would do. 7 assists, not much else. While CJ had 22 points, 5 assists, and 1 3. And also, another risk is with this team is they're not winning any games. And in the Western Conference, before you know it, you are going to be actually, wow. I did not know they're the worst team in the West Conference. They're worse than the Jazz. They're worse than the Trailblazers. They won 11 games. Yeah, this is not good for CJ. This is not good for Devontae. Again, like if you're a veteran on a bad team who's not making the playoffs, it's extremely bad for Zion Williamson. Is he even coming back this year? So maybe Trey Murphy, Herbert Jones, right? They're going to play these guys or even rest these guys back-to-backs, even though they're young guys, as we get to the end of the season. So, yeah, I mean, it's not looking good in New Orleans. I thought they had a decent team, but it's just all the injuries. And they only won 5 games. That is insane. They lost 11 games straight. I didn't even realize. All right, move on to the next one. We have Dallas lost to the Rockets. Kyrie still played 37 minutes. He had a little bit of foul trouble, but the minutes is still there. The Rockets did a pretty good job guarding him. He still had decent line, 3 steals and 2 blocks. But Kyrie, until Luka comes back, you should look at him as a top 5 to 10 player. Maybe not in the first tier, but he's right there. Spencer Dinwiddie played just 24 minutes. This is the problem. You just don't know how many minutes he's going to get. He only got 24 here. While Quentin Grimes coming off the bench got 30. PJ Washington, did he get benched? Why he only played 16? Or did he get hurt? Either way, Quentin Grimes is the guy that we should roster. Same thing with Spencer Dinwiddie. But we just don't know how many minutes they're going to get each game. right? The minutes could fluctuate. Clay hit 4 threes, but he was a minus 21. Clay Thompson, is he washed? It, you know, he can still take and make big shots, but every time I look at his line, it's not that impressive. Is he doing a good job on the defensive end? We will see. But the good thing is, at least the Warriors, they're not doing so hot either. So Clay still made the right choice, leaving that team. For the Rockets, Fred VanVleet is just an interesting fantasy player. He played 42 minutes, 1 for 8 from the field. It looks really bad, but then you look at his 6 steals. You look at 7 assists and 5 rebounds, 3 for 3 from the line. Those are good. It's just the field goal and the points. I think moving forward, if your team is pounding points, I think you should be pretty aggressively trying to go after Fred VanVleet, because he does everything else pretty well. And when you're pounding points, you probably have a pretty good field goal team, and you can deal with his low field goal, Fred VanVleet. And he doesn't take that many shots, to be honest. Jalen Green had a decent game, and how about Prushenko? Also very good with 5 steals. Dallas was just turning the ball over crazy. 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 23 points. Dylan Brooks, 19 points. Yeah, and Jabari Smith Jr. Tyrell Eason didn't even play here, and he got just 23 minutes. This is why Jabari Smith, if he ever plays well, we really got to try to sell him. Aggressively try to sell. The next one is the Atlanta Hawks. The Denver Nuggets dropped 139 points. They're clicking, right? Russell Westbrook is having a great time in Denver. For Atlanta Hawks, because it wasn't close, minutes are pretty low across the board. Dyson Daniels took 17 shots. So he's not just a defensive specialist. He had 6 assists and 3 steals. That's good. Still very, very good. 4 for 17, that's okay. It's not going to happen all that often. And Jalen Johnson did not play this game. So they started Garrison Matthews. And, he hit 1 3. And DeAndre Hunter continues to find minutes off the bench. 26 minutes. I just worry. If Bogdanovic comes back, right, they have to share the minutes in that spot too. Right? Is he even getting 28 minutes consistently? He still had a good game here. Had 20 points, 3 steals, and 3 threes. Right? But we'll see. For now, I would really try to sell high on him, to be honest. Okongwu played 24 while Kampala plays his 19. Trey had 30 points and 9 hours. Yeah, for the Hawks, right? Okongwu, Hunter, Bogdanovic, those guys are fantasy relevant. Everybody else is, they're either already must roster or they suck. For Denver Nuggets, Russell Westbrook, 11 assists in 25 minutes. Very impressive. And yeah, they are just starting him. I know Aaron Gordon was out. Even when he comes off the bench, you get around 30 minutes. So he's an absolutely must roster. And he's 5 for 6 from the field. Only took 2 threes. 5 for 5 from the line. Things are clicking. If Denver make a run, right? Denver after this win, they're the 4th seed. Right? They call out Mavericks. And, if you look at the Rockets and the Grizzlies, Denver, they're not going to catch through Thunder, but they go 7-3 for another 10 games. They might be able to catch some teams. Jamal Murray also had a decent game, 21 points and 2 threes, and Michael Porter Jr. hit 5 threes. That's what he does. And Christian Braun, if he doesn't get those defensive stats, his value is really limited. He's a good field goal guy, maybe give you 13, 14 points, but you have to really think about why you're rostering Christian Braun if he doesn't get those defensive stats. I forgot to mention Jokic. I think he was the fastest player. He had like 20 points, 15 assists, 15 rebounds in under 30 minutes. Something that's just another very impressive record. But the Hawks, they are not known for their defense. Last game of the night is the Sixers versus the Kings. They lost. They did not have Joel Embiid, so they started Yabusele. Yabusele, could be a good stream if Embiid is out. Didn't really do much here with 2 threes, 3 assists, 8 points, but the minutes is there. And they played Tyrese Maxey 42 minutes. He had a hamstring issue, last month. just hopefully he can stay up, not kill himself, not just running him down. Five steals and a block is crazy. And Paul George finally had a great game, but he had 6 fouls, 5 turnovers, 30 points for threes. Finally, he had a good game. If you bought low on him, I was on a per game basis in category leagues, he's a top 30 player pretty easily. So you throw him a top 50, 60-ish type of player, no problem. He's gonna be better. I think it's just hard to adjust, right? Because you got Maxey. He's kind of maybe the third option on this team offensively, so he's really got to find like he's doing fine, like getting a lot of defensive stats, assists, but it's just offensively when he should be looking for his shots, he's still a little bit confused. Caleb Martin also played huge minutes. He's a guy that we could trim. For Kings, Gray Wayne and De'Aaron Fox just unbelievable. 13 for 16, 80% from the field, 35 points, amazing stuff. Sabonis with 21 rebounds, 7 turnovers, a little bit high, but still a good game. And DeMar DeRozan, he's just not putting up the numbers we want him to put up. 18 points and 2 steals is okay, but I think ever since they inserted Malik Monk into the starting lineup, they just got too many guys with similar skill set. They can all go get their bucket. Right? DeMar DeRozan is supposed to be a bucket getter in the fourth quarter, but De'Aaron Fox is 13 for 16. Right? Malik Monk can also get his, and he went to the line 10 times. So a lot of the skill set overlap. I think that's really impacting DeRozan. Just like Paul George, right? You got how to fit into not a new offense, but he's also new on the team. So, and then he also has to adjust to Malik Monk, starting too now. And that's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.